chicken loves vegetarian pastas.
The chicken's happy for vegetarian. Yay.
Hi, Hollie.
Hollie's homegrown.
Yay.
Hi.
It went so long.
Yay.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I've just
How's
been a
the
little
shop? Tell us all about the shop.
Yeah. What's going on?
Well, I decided, or I had an opportunity, actually, thanks to COVID and just the turnover and things that had happened. There's a shop in Lafayette that it was a coffee shop and juice bar that closed, and they left in the middle of the night and all their equipment and broke their lease, and so it was all available for me to use. So it's a beautiful space. It has all the kitchen stuff I can use for my production, so we can do everything under one roof.
Wow.
Nice.
Running around everywhere, which is really the best part and what sort of convinced me to go for it. It's huge. It's 2,000 square feet. So
That's bigger than my house.
well, I will be living there. There will be a cot where I'm sleeping because I've never lived in the store.
I'm renting out a corner.
I mean, it's really not going to be funny, but I'm very excited, and everything's closed. I'm already buying furniture. Today I was at my favorite place in the world, Urban Ore in Berkeley, which is a huge warehouse of stuff. It's people that, when you remodel your house or update your house, it's a place you can donate and recycle things back. So it's doors, it's windows, it's furniture. There is more stuff in there. It's just my favorite place, and it's just full of crap. So we have
a Restore here, and that supports Habitat for Humanity.
Have them. It's such a great idea, and you get such good deals, and everything is just, there's no need to throw this stuff away. We can easily reuse it. So I'm building a little office in the space, and I bought this door and a cute window, all recycled. So old craftsman.
Nice. So you're gonna put up a Hollie's homegrown sign? That's
there will be a sign at the store. Yes. And
Yay!
In Lafayette, California. That's NorCal, for those of you who don't know.
Mm-hmm. Here, not Lafayette, unlike Lafayette, Louisiana. So, but we're Lafayette. I was corrected when I first moved here. So, any hoodle, that's as well. But yes, it's in Lafayette. It's beautiful. It's fabulous. I'm so excited, and I'm equally terrified, and so it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Congratulations!
Congratulations! We're so proud of you, and can't wait to get a tour when it's ready for the opening on Corona Kitchen.
Do you have an opening date?
That's a really good question, Debriana.
You should interview people.
You should. We should do a show. Let's do a show together. No, I am supposed to be opening July 1st. But I am going to be having wine tasting there with our family's wines, and I'm going to be actually creating my own labels. So I've been so I've been working with our winemaker to come up with some wines, and but getting the license to do that, getting anything in California is very complicated, and it's just a bureaucratic nightmare. So I'm in the midst of all of that right now. So
well, and I think that's become that way. When I was younger than I am now, and I was, cooking, I would go to the farmer's market and bring breads and all kinds of stuff and just sell it. And now I could never do that. I supported myself doing that. You have to get all kinds of licensing, and nobody died for my bread. I can tell you that.
It's very complicated in the state of California, just because we have so many people here, and it's a lot. It's almost overwhelming. And I have so much respect for people that are brave enough to open up restaurants and small businesses, because you have to move a mountain, and you have to be really patient and detail oriented. And it's none of the fun stuff. I mean, it's just, it's form after form after form, and you gotta make sure you get everything. But I think I've got most of it, at least for the alcohol license. I still have to deal with the health department and the city for my signage approval and stuff, but that stuff is painless compared to what I just did. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we get FBI checks, like the whole thing. I mean, it's just to sell wine. It's amazing what you have to do. So,
So somebody's saying of the viewers, congratulations, you can do it. Yay!
Road trip. Yay!
Yeah, well, we can do shows from there. I mean, the place is going to be great, and it's really, I'm hoping that it becomes a real hub for our community. I'll have a lot of local artisans there as well, selling their wares, and so it'll be a nice place for the community to have too.
So exciting!
Yay! Now can I go to sleep?
And you're gonna make pot stickers.
Yay! Pot stickers, yum!
Because she's twirling and juggling and dancing.
So pot stickers.
I love pot stickers.
Slash dumplings. Call them whatever you'd like. These are definitely one of my family's favorites. You can buy them frozen at Trader Joe's, which we often do. When we decided to do more less meat, and do more veggies, one of the things that my kids loved was I made some homemade veggie pot stickers, and they like, why haven't you been making this all along? So, and I really like to add shiitake mushrooms. They have a nice earthy flavor. They're much stronger than your other, your little button mushrooms, and even your.
Oh, those are fresh ones. They're not dried.
They're fresh. So
okay, nice.
These give really great flavor. If you get them dried, you just have to soak them in some hot water and just put it on the counter and let them reconstitute. But I love the fresh, and they're a little rubbery to the feel, so it's really important that you cook everything first. So
they're a good texture for when you're trying to do a meat substitute, because it has that bite, that chew to it.
And so there are also two schools of thought here. One is that, do you cook your ingredients before you put it into the dumpling, or don't you? So it just depends. And personally, I think with the tofu and the shiitake, you really want, and we're going to do this with onions, you want to get this nice and marinated, sauteed and cooked, because it'll taste 10 times better because the flavor will be layered. Now, if you're eating pork or chicken, you can do that raw, and it will cook inside the dumpling, because you're going to actually fry. I like to fry them a little, and then I like to steam them. You can just fry them, you can just steam them, but I like to do a little combo. So you get a little crisp on it, and then you put the lid on, and you can do this in your wok if you have there are actual bamboo steamers. Is one thing I don't have. I thought about that today. I go, maybe I should go pick one up, because I would love one of those, but I don't have time. So we're just going to do an old-fashioned lid and frying pan. But yeah, so, or you could do this in your wok too, is another great thing to do. So, okay, so let's get started. So we're going to first start with the base, just like anything, and most of the things I cook, there's always a base, and then you can add different proteins, or you can add different flavor profiles. But the basic start of this is you're going to take a yellow onion, and
that's a big one.
It's a grande. We only want to cut. Now remember, these are going to go into. You can make your own wonton skin. The wrappers.
Oh, it's so much easier to buy it.
Or you can just buy them where they made them.
That's what Taolin is for.
So this was Whole Foods had these. So they're in the refrigerated section. These are from Nasoya, which is a great brand. These are vegan. They're easy. So like I said, there are recipes to make these, and I'm sure it would be even better. But for today's purposes, we will have got them. All right. Yeah. So remember, you're going to be fitting this. You're going to be folding this little guy in half. And then I had this really cool little dumpling maker, but these are going to be too small.
So bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I'm going to just try it. We'll see. But I was like, unbelievable. This doesn't fit. So this is just going to be a little, like a half a teaspoon of filling. So everything that we're making, we're going to have to chop really finely. Okay. So we're going to start by heating up our frying pan. We're going to put a tablespoon of coconut oil. I like to make These I like the flavor of coconut with this, with the ginger and the soy. I think it's good.
Yeah.
We're gonna heat that up, tablespoon, and then we're gonna make a cup of finely chopped onion. Okay. So this is such a big onion, though. My God.
Yeah, it's a huge one. I use sometimes I use sesame oil too.
We're gonna add sesame oil to this. We're just gonna add it a little later. I'm not gonna cook it because it'll be too strong, I feel. So let's put this over here because I'm gonna start crying because this is very.
That's what you Lucas girls do. You just see the onion and you start weeping.
I put my onions in the refrigerator because that helps. But this one I just bought, so.
I heard that if you hold a piece of bread between your teeth, it keeps the onion smell from coming up to your nose and eyes. But I have no problem, so I never tried that.
That's what you want, right?
I'm gonna have to try that because I just weep every time.
Yeah. Is that your Christmas knife, Holly? Someone's asking.
Yes, it is. Oh, that's so kind of you to remember. Okay. This is a cup of onions. So we're going to put that in here, get that started. Yeah, then I'm going to take all the onion away so it doesn't make me cry.
No more weeping. That's so funny. Well, I don't know if the bread trick works, but I've heard it does.
I'll try it. I'll try anything. I've tried goggles. I've tried it all.
Okay, next we're going to add, we're going to do the mushrooms because we really want these mushrooms to cook down. So shiitake, you can definitely eat the stem, but it does get a little tough towards the end. So I like to just give them a little trim.
Give them the old Corona trim.
Yeah,
Old Corona trim.
Cut my own hair trim.
And we're going to do 2 cups of shiitakes, okay? Okay, so I suppose I could have pre-cut these, but we're just going to do this live now.
What's the weather like there in Northern California?
It has been beautiful, but it recently got really cold. I was at the farmer's market selling this weekend, and it was 50 degrees. I had on my big coat.
Cold today, too. Look at Lisa in her little
We're freezing. I just got back from the park after turning off all the heaters, and it was 75 for like a week. And then today, last few days, it's been like high 40s, low 50s, drizzly, rainy, hail yesterday. I mean,
yeah, I have all my tomatoes are all covered. They're all snug like a bug in a rug.
Oh, good. Okay, so this is about a cup of shiitake, so we're going to have to do 2 of these. So just dump these in, and again, get them nice and small because remember they're going to have to fit into that little tiny wrapper.
how many are you going to make tonight?
Another good question. I think I'll probably end up with probably 40 maybe. And then
if you're not going to eat them all, I freeze mine. Are you going to freeze them?
I'm going to freeze whatever we don't eat, but you know what? They're going to eat all these.
Yeah, I know. You have the hungry horde. But when I freeze them, I put them on parchment paper on a cookie sheet and stick it in the freezer till they all freeze individually, and then put them in the plastic bags so you can pull out however many you need. Because I like to use them in soup too.
Yes, they're great in soup. And this recipe this is just the way like the flavors I like to combine. But there are so many combinations to this.
Mm-hmm.
Culturally, whatever is, I'm going to add a little parsley and basil to this just to give it a little bit of a herb kick towards the end. But they're all kinds of wonderful herbs and things you can add from different regions all over Asia and Southeast Asia, especially. Okay, so we're going to just let these cook down a little bit. I'm going to turn the heat down. I'm going to add a little bit of half a teaspoon of my lemon basil salt. That's going to help. That's going to help the mushrooms.
Yeah, the onions sweat out. Yes, baking does warm up the kitchen.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Oh, those mushrooms smell so good.
Mm-hmm.
I love them.
See how that's all nice and really small because we want everything small. Okay. Next, we're going to add shredded cabbage. So you can use red or green, or I actually saw some Napa cabbage you could
Yeah,
try.
I like the cabbage too.
That
But any cabbage
whips
works.
down nicely. I
Yep.
just had green cabbage here. So this is going to be 1 cup.
And you're making vegetarian tonight, but of course you can do pork, chicken.
I actually have some chicken here that I cooked up, some ground chicken.
Oh, she's sneaking in the chicken.
So we're going to do, I know, sorry. So we're going to do both. Because again, if I end up freezing some of this, I wanted to have both. Okay, so this I'm going to slice really thin this way, and then I'm going to go the other way. Okay, you see what I'm doing?
Yes, we can.
We get little pieces, and this will sweat
That
down.
and a little bit goes a long way. It's crazy
Yeah.
how much when you start shredding up cabbage, how much it makes.
We really only need 1 cup, and this is about 2. So we're going to just put 1 cup in. We'll leave the rest here. You can feed that to the goats.
Yeah, and that was like only an end off the cabbage.
Just an end. Yeah, this is the cabbage head, and I just used an end. So we're also going to do a cup of shredded carrots.
Oh, look at you, coroning. I got them already done.
I just did this shopping about 45 minutes ago, and I said, hey.
Look at that. That's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen them already shredded.
Shredded
girl.
carrots.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do a cup of these, which is about that much. You know.
Uh-oh.
That's a cup.
There goes the cup.
That's the cup. Okay, so now look how pretty we're getting here. We get some nice
Oh,
color.
yeah.
Okay,
Yummy.
let this cook down. Sweat it all out here. Sweating to the oldies. And you can put green onion in. Did I say that out loud?
You did. We heard you.
Laughed so hard to myself just now.
I didn't have any green onion, which is a really great ingredient in here. However, we're gonna put a little celery for crunch. I like to, especially with the tofu, because the tofu is gonna get kind of mushy. So we're just gonna do a half a cup of celery. Same thing, just chop it really finely.
That nice knife. Look at her go.
Whee!
It's so fun when you have a good knife.
And then you can eat. Celery you can eat.
Whoops. And a snack is had.
I need a little snack after my Urban Ore shopping.
That's always so fun.
That looks good.
Oh my God, that was loud crunching just in my head. Okay. So this is a great base right here. We've got coconut oil, shiitake, onions, mushroom, carrots, the celery, cabbage. This is a really nice base. So you can now add to this. Oh wait, let's do the soy and the ginger, and then I'll fit up.
Yeah, soy.
No,
ginger,
are you not putting in garlic?
However you want to
No
spice
garlic? No garlic?
Garlic. Well, you could take garlic, but I would do it in a press. I wouldn't chop it because you don't want to get a big piece of garlic. But I think we're pretty good with that. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of soy sauce.
I sometimes add mirin too to it.
It would be good. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of sesame oil.
Beautiful. Is that regular or toasted?
This is regular, but toasted would be good. Although if I did toasted, I'd probably use a little less because it's a little stronger. So this is going to help reduce it a little bit.
I've been putting yuzu.
I love yuzu.
Is very good.
Oh my gosh! Have you been to the 10,000 Waves store? They have yuzu everything. Yuzu mayonnaise, yuzu spices. Oh God, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Delicious.
We'll give you some
flavor.
We're gonna do a tablespoon of ginger. So I've got
That's the fresh kind.
this is a fresh one, and then I have a lovely little
A
microplane
microplaner. That'll work.
on one of her cooking show freebies. And so we just get this in here. This is such a great way to get ginger because it really breaks it up because ginger is kind of fibrous, and it's a lot less dealing with your knife.
Oh yeah, you don't
Well,
want.
it's really hard to chop it small. I have the plate, the greater plate. That's what I always use.
So
Yeah. It's a nice short. Okay. So now we've got the soy, the sesame, the ginger, the cabbage, the carrots,
So
the onion.
good.
And this is your base, right? To
Okay.
this, you can add pork, chicken, beef,
Shrimp.
yeah, shrimp is another good one. Or you can just do this. Actually, this is delicious as it is.
Completely just vegetable. Yep.
So, and again, you can add different herbs. You can add, which reminds me, we're going to add just a little bit of parsley and a couple. We don't want to overwhelm it. So I just did literally like 3 basil leaves and 3 parsley leaves.
But no salt because you already put in the soy sauce.
I added some lemon salt to the onions and the mushrooms just to help get them going and sweat a little more at the beginning. But we've added soy, so it's a good thing to taste it and test it. And again, these herbs, make sure you really get these chopped up finely.
Yeah, a lot of Thai food uses basil.
Yeah. And Thai basil, I grow Thai basil also. Thai basil, a little different than Italian Genovese. It's a little more intense. The leaves are a little smaller, and it's delicious.
Yep.
Lemon basil would also be fantastic in this too.
Yep.
Okay. So now we've got this really nice base here. So I already did some brown chicken right here. So I'm going to take some of the base and add it to the chicken. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you cooked that ground chicken, did you cook it with anything?
I did. I added a little of the basil salt and about a tablespoon of soy sauce.
Okay.
And I cooked it in coconut oil. But
Okay.
I'll have those instructions also on the when I make it. So if I'm looking at this now, we've probably produced about maybe 3 cups of this inside this pan. So we're just going to take 1 cup and we'll put it with the chicken. Okay.
Yep.
And so that will now blend with that. Okay. So that's your chicken mix.
Look how much filling you get. It's amazing. That's why it's so, like, you do this once, it's so easy, and then you have dumplings for forever in the freeze. And you know how I love my freezer.
When you buy them frozen, it's like, $5 for 6 or something. I mean, it's a lot.
This was all very inexpensive ingredient. I mean, cabbage, celery, carrot. This is not expensive.
But if you
it reminds me of a way people used to use leftovers and stretch them out.
Right, it's a great way. So this is, I'm going to use about 8 ounces of extra firm tofu. So what we're going to do with the tofu is we're going to cut it again. We want small pieces because we're going to be, and I like to kind of slice it on one side and then turn it over and slice it on the other.
So you're making like cubes.
Little tiny, and then we turn it. You see what I'm doing? And then we go as thin as we can. Right?
I have a confession to make. I get a lot of joy out of slicing extra firm tofu. I don't know what it is, but the texture of it and then the way it just slices in these perfect cubes, it's just cool.
It's very satisfying.
It's cool.
It is.
It's very satisfying.
It's good stuff. All right.
There are a few things in life that give you that kind of immediate satisfaction. I totally understand.
Yes. I'm glad that I'm with my people. They understand. Not everybody gets off on slicing tofu. What can I say?
Hey, that's why we've been doing this for 1.5 years. I was a little stabby yesterday, though, I have to say.
You were a little what?
Because of the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to add a little more coconut oil to this because it's a little dry.
Yes. And today I got a little stabby again, so I made more brownies.
How did it turn out with the mint, the chocolate mint?
Oh my God.
And you're talking about brownies? That's just cruel.
I made black bean brownies yesterday, and my friend Donna picked them up this morning. And as soon as she left, I heard about Kevin McCarthy, who Lucy and the football, the Insurrection Commission, today, and so I had to make more brownies, and I used a tablespoon of my chocolate mint in the brownies, and they're so good.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's
So good. I brought them to some friends today. They flipped out. They loved them so much, and then I said, they're black bean brownies.
So we're gonna taste this and just see kind of where we are.
Yeah, because you need to taste that tofu.
Need a little more soy sauce.
Yeah. I'm
Do about
looking.
another tablespoon.
And
Boy.
also now in Trader Joe's, you can get a really good fish sauce.
Yes.
And that also is very tasty to add if you're not opposed to adding a fish sauce to your vegetarian tastiness.
It adds a lot of good flavor. Those
Yeah.
things like the mirin wine and different, there's a lot of Asian staples that you need to get to achieve certain flavors,
Yep.
It's very hard to replicate, especially I found like miso soup to never taste the same like it does in a Japanese restaurant. And it's because of the seaweeds that they use.
Yep.
And
When they're making the broth, yeah.
so they're layering all the flavors and things like the fish sauce. Those are all things that help layer flavors. Just like in Italian food when you use anchovy and it's like, I don't like anchovies, but you put an anchovy there and
you do.
nobody knows because it got cooked to nothing. But
nobody
So-
needs to know on a need-to-know basis. Anchovy.
they're good. They're a good secret ingredient. Okay.
That looks great.
This tastes ready to go. Let's just one more time.
Just in case.
That would be a good show. Secret ingredient.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that I've made a bit of a mess here. So now we have our excuse me, got a carrot down the wrong pipe. So now we have our beautiful tofu mixture, right?
Mhm.
That has our base in it. This is ready to go. And then we also have our ground chicken.
Yeah.
Again, this can be
Okay,
ground
perfect.
chicken, anything. Both delicious. So now we take our, what I forgot to do is get the water. Hold on.
I mean, for me, I may put in a little pepper element of heat. Yeah, I know you can do the oil. You can do the hot oil afterwards for dipping, but if you have people that you eat with normally that like it a little hotter, I would put something in there too.
Yeah, Bella is not a hot pepper fan, but I would normally put those in here. But you're right. I'm going to save that for my dipping sauce.
For the dipping sauce, yeah. See, you can get it in there.
I'll get it in there.
Actually, yes.
So we're going to take our wraps, our wonton wraps, and we're going to put it on the diamond. Can you guys see? Yeah.
Yep. Yep, we can see it.
Take a little bit of the tofu here.
It's really that's so much filling. It's so great. And the thing is, if you didn't use it all, you could just save it and put it on, ramen noodles.
I eat this with eggs.
Delicious. Yeah.
Or rice.
Yep.
I will serve these with rice. That's how we'll eat it. I'll make some rice and then we'll put these on top with some extra soy and maybe some.
Well, the Italian, I'm like, give me the noodles.
So then you just take your finger and you go around the edges with water. Just to get it nice, not soggy, but just get it wet. Okay, around the whole square, and then fold it in half. Okay.
And this is when the whole family sits down and helps make the
Now you can it, or you can take a fork and you can just push.
So Hollie was telling me earlier today that she was so excited to use her pot sticker maker.
Oh,
she wouldn't have to do it by hand. And now you have to make 40 of these things.
And Debriana saw me before the show, and the first thing I did was I grabbed my.
I was like, oh yeah, I have one of those.
And I'm like, it doesn't fit, so I'd have to buy bigger wonton wrappers. So, well, let's try it just to make.
Okay, let's see.
Maybe it'll work.
Those do come in sizes, but you have to go to a really good kitchen store to get them.
Had this size. I looked in the freezer section too, because usually they come in larger ones or they even have circles.
Yeah.
But our Whole Foods is kind of small, and they just didn't have it, and I didn't have time to go to another store, so this is what we got, kids. Okay.
This is the Corona milk.
Exactly. We're gonna try. See, you're supposed to squeeze
Oh,
it.
look how cute.
Wouldn't that have been cute? Wouldn't
It
it?
really would have been, yeah.
Did it work?
Ish.
Didn't work.
It caught the corners.
It caught the corner, so I can now do double the work. I can use that.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That's super fun.
Super good tip. Here, do double the work. That's not helpful.
Oh my God.
So we're going to take the fork.
This is awesome.
That's really a great helpful tip.
Perfect.
Okay. So I'm just laying them out.
If
You need parchment. I'm just putting them on this because they're just gonna. This is a holding pattern because I'm cooking them all. But if I weren't, what Debriana said, and I'd put the parchment down and and
Stick
then
them in the freezer.
let them get hard and then put them in the bag.
As we know, we love our freezers.
All right, that's the dealio, kids. So
That too, mommy.
a lot of work to do.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. I can't wait to see the finished.
Are you gonna cook one? Are you gonna cook one for us or explain it? Or
I can. You want a quick one?
not cook one, because that's a real art in itself, I think, to get it right. You know.
Debriana, are we okay on time?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would normally do this in the pan that I cook the tofu in because I have a nice big lid for it. But it's pretty simple. You just take your coconut. I like to use the coconut oil. Be generous with it. In the larger pan, I would do probably 2 tablespoons. But the smaller one, we'll just fry it.
Someone's saying, I thought all small business owners do double work.
No, we do triple, actually.
Yes.
You got to wear a lot of hats. But that's, you know what? It's the best and the worst part of it, truly. I really just found I like being my own boss. I like bossing myself around. I'm pretty good at it, turns out. I'm unemployable after this. Okay.
It's fun.
It is.
I love it when I yell at myself.
Mix snappy. All right. So we're gonna
Get
let that
to work. Get to work.
Come on, Holly. Just laughing. All right. So we're gonna take our little guys here, put them in the nice hot oil, which isn't really that hot yet. It should be sizzling technically. Did you get the idea? So you're gonna let these brown. And then if they were the actual dumpling shape and worked in my fabulous dumpling maker, you would have like a little bottom almost to it. And I like to set up that part and then cook have that part be the part that's fried, and then the rest of them you put the cover on and they steam. So I don't necessarily need to. But these guys are little baby and they're a little flat. And not as attractive as I had hoped.
Tasty.
They look like baby empanadas.
Well, that was the other idea we were going to make tonight was empanadas. But I was so excited about my little maker that Anyway.
And moving along.
And
There we go.
Okay, so while those are browning, I'm going to put a couple things on the screen for you people.
there you go.
Okay, so we have work to do tomorrow. Not only do you need to follow our IG account and join any one of these groups, but tomorrow you need to call your Congress people and tell them to support House Bill 3233. It is the bill that is investigating investigating the January 6th insurrection. We need to investigate it. So please call your Congress people tomorrow and say, please support HR 3233. It'll take you 5
Thank
minutes.
you for your support.
Yeah. So these are getting this really great brown color because they're wontons. So
Look at those.
Gorgeous.
Oh, yummy. I want to eat that.
I do too. Now I'm hungry.
Give it a quick flip. So what I would normally, like I said, I would normally put it in the big frying pan that I have a lid for. And then you put a little bit of water in and let it steam. Again, all those amounts will be on the recipe. But that's it.
That's it. Tasty nuggets. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Holly. So good to see you. Congrats again on the
Yay.
storefront.
We can't wait to go on a field trip.
Yay, you did it.
A few more weeks. I got a lot of work to do. We'll be painting, trying to make it look pretty.
Take pictures, post it on our page so we can see.
Show us
Yeah, I got to do the official announcement.
Yeah, we want to follow it.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Guys, thanks.
Thank
Right
you so much.
on. Everybody have a great night and be safe.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Get your vaccine if you haven't gotten it yet.
Thank you so much. Be safe.
And